Hey students, welcome to our YouTube channel Vidya for Success. In this video, we will be studying continuation part of CET on the chapter Living World. Next question is, taxonomy without phylogeny is similar to bones without flesh. So is the statement of, so what is the meaning of this statement? So taxonomy without phylogeny, that means the phylogeny is nothing but evolution history. So without evolution history, we can't classify the organism. That means there is no proper taxonomy without phylogeny. So that is comparing the taxonomy without phylogeny to the bones without flesh. So how our body looks without flesh? We looks just like a skeleton. So how much the flesh is playing important role to build a human body? So that much the phylogeny is important to taxonomy. That means for classification of organism. So this statement is given by one of the scientist, botanist. His name is Takatjan. That means C option is correct. Then you look into the option A, Oswald Tippo. So Oswald Tippo is also botanist. He divided plant kingdom into two subdivision. That means he introduced Thallophyta and Embryophyta. Then option B, John Hutchinson. So he is also botanist, but he classified flowering plants. So in the flowering plants, he introduced few of the families. That means he assigned families to some of the flowering plants. Then option D, Bentham and Hooker. So Bentham and Hooker, they introduced natural system of classification. So the correct option is option C, Takatajan. Then the next question is, which of the following is less general in character as compared to genus? So genus is the second taxonomic category according to the taxonomic hierarchy. So the first taxonomic category is species. So in the taxonomic hierarchy, when we are moving from species to the kingdom, that means when we are moving from lower taxonomic category to higher taxonomic category, the general characters will be increases and specific character will be decreases. Clear? So according to this question, the general character will be less in one of the taxonomic category that is coming below the genus. Clear? Then what is the taxonomic category that is coming just below the genus? That is species. Clear, right? So the answer is species, because species is the first and basic unit of taxonomic hierarchy. In this, all the organisms are sharing similar characteristic feature, so that when we are moving from species to the genus, the general character will be increases and specific characters will be decreases. So that compared to the genus, the general characters will be less in species. But when you are moving from genus to the family, the general character will be increases in the family. So the correct answer here is option A, that is species. Then option B, division. So division is a taxonomic unit. It will be consist of most of the related classes. Then option C, class. So class is also taxonomic unit. This will include all the related order. Then last one is the family. So family is also a taxonomic unit. It consists of all the related genus. So correct answer is option A. Then the next question is the five kingdom classification was suggested by. So five kingdom classification is nothing but the entire organisms are placed under different five kingdoms. So according to this, the first kingdom consists of primitive organism. So that kingdom is nothing but kingdom Monera. Then next to that kingdom Protista, it will be having unicellular eukaryotic organism. And next to that kingdom Mycota, it will be having fungi. Then the kingdom Plantae will consist of plants. Then kingdom Animalia. So like this, based on the similarities and dissimilarities according to the evolution history, the organisms are placed under five different kingdom. So this concept was introduced by R.H. Whittaker. So the option B is correct for this question. Then look into the option A, Eichler. So he is also one of the scientists, but he contributed to study the comparative structure of flowers. Then option C, Engler and Prantl. So Engler and Prantl, they are the one introduced phylogenetic system of classification. So these are the one who initially introduced phylogenetic system of classification. Then D, Bentham and Hooker. So these two introduced natural system of classification. So here the plants are classified according to their natural affinities. Then the next question is the common characteristics between the tomato and potato will be maximum at the level of their. So we know tomato as well as potato are different plant. And being a different plant, both plants are belonging to the same family. Because when we are classifying the family, we will look into some of the general characteristic feature, that is vegetative and reproductive features. So there are few characters will be similar among these two plants. So because of this, tomato as well as potato plant, they are belonging to the same family, that is Solanaceae. So because of this reason, the common characteristic features between tomato and potato is maximum at the level of their family. Then look into the option A, genus. So the genus of potato is Solanum and the genus of tomato is Lycopersicon. And the option B, family. So the family of both the plant is same, that is Solanaceae family. And both are belonging to the same order Polymoniales. But even though they are belonging to the same order, if you see the common characteristic feature, that will be maximum at the level of family. And the D option, division. So division of these two plant is angiosperms. So the correct option is option B, family. Yes, next question is the taxonomic status of an organism can be changed by changing. So in this question they are asking taxonomic change status of an organism can be changed. How to change the taxonomic status? See, taxonomic status of an organism is completely dependent on the characteristic feature. So that if we want to change the taxonomic status, we have to change the characteristic feature of an organism. Clear, right? So how to change the characteristic feature? So each and every character of an organism is under the control of genetic material. So for making changes in the genetic nature, we can change somewhat characteristic feature of an organism, because everything is under the control of genetic material. Let us look into the option A, anatomy. So anatomy is one character of an organism. Then B, physiology. So physiology is also one of the characteristic feature here. It is also controlled by genetic material. Then morphology, that means the external appearance of an organism. Then option D, genetic makeup. So as I told, genetic status can be changed by changing the genetic nature of an organism. So the right answer for this is genetic makeup. Then the next question is the standard size of herbarium sheet is. So herbarium sheet is used to preserve the plant. So here in dry condition the plants are preserved and pressed on the herbarium sheet. So this will help in the future reference. So that sheet will be having most of the information regarding the plant and date of collection, the place of collection, and the person who is collected, so for family of the plant, local name of the plant. So each of these information will be mentioned on the herbarium sheet. So this is very useful for the quick reference of plant. So in this sheet the standard size is maintained. So the standard size is 11.5 inches into 16.5. So this is the standard size of herbarium sheet. So sometimes they will also give in centimeter. So in centimeter the answer is 42 centimeter into 29 centimeter. So the correct answer is option A, 11.5 inches into 16.5 inches. Next question. The famous botanical garden, Kew, is located in. So Kew is one of the famous botanical garden because it is having a large collection of plants. So because of huge diversity what is there in the plant, it is number one botanical garden in the world. So it is located in England. So let us look into the option. Option A, England. Option B, Lucknow. So Lucknow consists of National Botanical Research Institution. Then option C, Berlin. So in the Berlin, botanical garden will be there, but not much diversity of plants compared to the Royal Botanical Garden. Then option D, Australia. So in the Australia, Kings Park and Botanical Garden will be present. So for this question, the right answer is option A, England. The next one, following taxonomic aid provide information for identification of names of species found in an area. So they are asking which taxonomic aid is providing the information regarding identification of name of the species. So the first taxonomic aid they have given is option A, monograph. So in the name itself we have monograph is nothing but it give information regarding any one taxon. Either we can get the information regarding the genus or the family. Clear. Then option B, manual. So manual help in providing information for identification of name of the species found in an area. So if you want to identify the name of any of the species belonging to a particular area, that information can be get in the manual. Then C, flora. So flora is nothing but what? Plants. Clear. So flora contains information of the habitat and distribution of plant species of a given area. So how the plants are distributed in the particular given area, that information can be collected in the flora. Then D, periodical, means magazine or newspaper published at regular interval. So the correct answer here is B, manual, because the manual provide information regarding the name of a species present in an area. Next question is, who developed the key for identification of animals. So, what is the meaning of key? So, key is one of the taxonomical aid. So, this device is used for the identification of species in a given area. So, here for identification, they will consider similarities and dissimilarities. So these characters are always mentioned in pair. So for identification, as I said, they will use similarities and dissimilarities. They will be mentioned in pair. So this pair of contrasting character is known as couplet. So couplet is very useful in the key for identification of species. So this method of taxonomical aid is introduced by a scientist called as John Ray. Yes, let us look into the option. Option A, John Ray. Option B, Goethe. Option C, Theophrastus. Option D, George Cuvier. So, among the four options, the correct one is John Ray. Yes, next question. All living organisms are linked to one another because. So, how it is possible? Or does all living organisms are linked with one another? Yes, if you see the five kingdom system of classification, so all the organisms we are linked according to the evolutionary history. Clear, right? How they are linked with one another. So let us look at the first option. They have common genetic material of same type. Is it a right? Does all living organisms are made out of same genetic material? No, right? Because some of the organisms are made out of only DNA, some are made out of RNA. Not all are made out of same type of genetic material. Then the second one is they share common genetic material but to varying degree. What is mean by this? So the genetic material may be either DNA or RNA. It is present in varying degree. That means in some organism it is present in single stranded. In some organism it is present in double stranded, and in some both DNA and RNA is present. This is called as varying degree. So this is the correct one because the all organisms are having either DNA or RNA as a genetic material, but they are present in varying degree. So this will connect the one organism with the another organism. Then option C, all have common cellular organization. So this is also not correct because not all organisms are made out of same kind of cell. Some are made out of prokaryotic cell, which organism we are considering as a primitive. They are actually made out of prokaryotic cell, and some are made out of eukaryotic cell. Then option D, all of this. So among these four options, the correct one is option B. Next one, which of the following is defining characteristic of living organism? So just they are not asking the characteristic feature, they are asking about defining characteristic feature. So you should be alert here. Look into the A option, growth. Yes, of course, growth is a living characteristic feature. But if you take increasing in mass as a growth, non-living things also increase in mass. So for wind current, the mud particle will move towards one place, and over a period of time it will lead to the formation of hill. So this is what we are calling as a accretion. So Increasing in mass is also taking place in the non-living things. So growth is not a defining character of living organism. Then option B, ability to make sound. So this character is present both in living as well as non-living things. So living organisms also make sound. Non-living things can also make sound. Then option C, reproduction. So reproduction is a living characteristic feature. But if you take the process of reproduction, some of the living organisms, they are not able to produce their offsprings. So we have some example, worker NEB is the example, then infertile human couple. So in these two example, they are not able to produce their offspring. So uh, reproduction process is not applicable to all the living organisms. We have exception cases also. So it is also not a defining characteristic feature. Then option D, response to external stimuli. This is also one of the living characteristic feature. So because of the receptors present in our body, we can sense any kind of changes happening in the environment. So we can respond to that. But non-living things, they are not having any kind of receptors on their surface. So they cannot respond to external stimuli. So because of this, uh, response to external stimuli is defining characteristic of living organism. So the correct answer for this is option D. Then the next question is biosystematics aims at. So biosystematics deals with the classification of living organism. So according to this one, organisms are systematically arranged, that means they are classified based on the evolution history. So for this classification, so they have collected information from different field of biology. That means they have collected information from the cytology, taxonomy, and physiology, morphological characteristic features like this. From the different branches, they have gathered the information. So by gathering that, they have properly systematically classified the organism. So that is nothing but a biosystematics. So let us look at the first option A, identification and arrangement of organisms on the basis of their cytological characteristics. So as I told, cytology is only one branch where we have collected the information. Not only by gathering the information, that branch we have done the complete classification. So this is not a correct this thing aim of the biostatistics. Then option B, the classification of organisms based on broad morphological characters. So morphological character is also a one character considered for classification. Not only based on the morphology, entire classification is done. So this is also wrong. Then third one, delimiting various taxa of organisms and establishing their relationship. So, for delimiting various taxa of organisms, we have to gather information from different field, because when we are collecting the information, we will get to know how the one organism is get connected with the another organism, so that we will come to know the relationship among the different kind of organism. So, this is only a part of biosystematic. Then option D, the classification of organisms based on their evolutionary history and establishing their phylogeny on the totality of various parameters from all the field of studies. So this is the correct answer for this question.